Hello, hello, hello. This is the Peak Signing Agents podcast with your boy here, DVO Derek Van Otten, and I am glad to be back with you on another episode. It is a beautiful Saturday. I'm out going to do a signing. As you know, it's my favorite. Saturdays are my favorite days to go do signings. There's hardly any traffic on the road. Everyone's in a good mood today, so I got me a coffee and a donut, and I hit the road, and I had about an hour drive to get to my closing. I also had a closing in another state that's 2 hours ahead of me, so I was actually up pretty early just in case they needed me for any questions, and they did. They reached out to me at my time, like at 6:30 in the morning, with some questions, so I was able to answer that for them, and they were able to get the signing done. Now I'm doing mine, but I thought let's do a podcast first and talk about some fun things happening on in my business and your business. Hope business is going well for you. June just ended at the time of this recording, and every month this year our revenue has increased as a signing company, and I'm so excited for that, and I hope you are also seeing great success in your signing agent business. In fact, a couple great things that are happening for me in this month of July. Just hired another scheduler. We've been getting so busy, like I just mentioned, that I had to hire another scheduler, and I'm training her, and just excited about that. But what I want to say about that is, did I need to hire another scheduler? And from a business standpoint, probably not. I probably didn't need to hire someone. But from a personal standpoint, yes, I needed to hire somebody, because as we get busier, that means it's taking a lot of my time. It gets a little bit more consuming. So for me, it just makes a lot more sense to hire somebody, because I'm not spending money on an employee. I'm buying my time back. I hope that makes sense. I'll say it again. I'm not spending money on an employee. I'm buying my time back. So if I'm so busy scheduling, doing signings, that means I'm putting more time into work and business and less time into family and personal time. And that's important, because there's things that I like to do. There's hobbies that I like to do. Especially right now when it's the summertime, I'm doing a lot of activities with my kids and my family. I want to do more personal time, like golfing is an activity I like doing, going to the gun range, going on a motorcycle rides. Like, these are hobbies for me that I enjoy, and some of these I can't do year round. So I want to take advantage of now, and I don't want to spend most of my time working. So I'm buying my time back, and I'm going somewhere with this. So stay with me here. And another great thing that I'm excited about for this month is at the end of July, this July 2023, at the end of the month is the Loan Signing System Conference, and I will be a speaker. And I'm really excited about that, because I'll be speaking to, I think 800 people live and maybe like 200 online that'll be watching virtually. So about 1,000 people, and I'm super excited about that. Here's where I want to go with this topic, though. My question to you is, are you taking advantage of things like conferences and meetups? I know I've talked about it here before. Locally here, I do meetups for some of the local notaries, and there's a lot of meetups happening all over the country. Are you going to those? There's conferences like the Loan Signing System, like the National Notary Association. They hold conferences once a year. Are you going to those? So this is what I'm going to talk about on this episode, because you should be using these meetups and these conferences to grow yourself and grow your business. I want to tell you a story here. I want you to think about this, because as I'm scheduling and hiring notaries, I know I asked them, like, hey, are you by chance going to this conference that's coming up? And I hear a lot of people give their reasons. Some are excuses and some are reasons. For example, I know people that have weddings to go to. They have a schedule, like their sister is getting married. Like, I know I'm not going, my sister's getting married. Hey, that's a big deal. I get it. No, we have a big family vacation. We've been planning this for a long time. We finally booked it. The conference just happens to fall on the same weekend. We're not going. I get it. Yeah, you've been planning a vacation. A lot of people's schedule. But there's some people, like I said, that make excuses. And here's the excuses that I don't understand. Like, oh no, I'm just kind of busy. Oh yeah, we have some fun plans coming up. No. So, all right, that's an excuse. Oh, I don't have the money. That's an excuse. No, I get it. Some people seriously are struggling financially. And I feel, and you know, I feel bad for you. I get it. But that means if you're listening to this podcast, you're working your way through it, though, right? So I'm proud of you for that. But that's an excuse if you do have the money, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let's just say you have a goal as a signing agent to make whatever it is a month or whatever it is a year, whatever it is. Insert goal here. For easy math numbers, let's just say it's 100,000. You're thinking to yourself, I want to be $100,000 a year signing agent because I deserve it. I'm a peak signing agent. Not only am I willing to work my ass off, I'm willing to drive further. I'm willing to work weekends. I'm willing to work until 8, 9, 10 p.m., starting at 8 a.m. I'm willing to do that. And I'm not saying you're doing that every day. I'm just saying you're willing to do that sometimes. You're willing to do that. You're willing to self-improve. And you're like, yeah, I'm a peak signing agent. I deserve to make $100,000 a year. But you're only making $30,000 a year. Still great, right? If you're making $30,000 a year as a signing agent, it's pretty good. Or 40 or 50,000. Whatever you are today, whatever your goal is, I want you to do some easy math. Let's just say, again, for easy math, you have the goal of making $100,000 a year as a signing agent, and today you're currently making $30,000 a year. There's $70,000 gap that you need to close. So you'll do your own math here. What's your goal? Where you at? What's that gap? In this example, $70,000 is what it's costing you not to self-improve and go to conferences or go to meetups. That's how much it's costing you. Because I want you to reverse engineer it. Most people are thinking, oh, this is going to cost me about $1,000. Let's just say to fly, book a hotel, get your ticket, food while you're there. Maybe you want to get some swag, some merch. And you're thinking that's going to be $1,000. And yeah, that might add up. That can get expensive. But reverse engineer it. It's costing you $70,000 a year not to do that. Let me tell you the benefits. If you want to make $100,000 a year, then don't you want to hang out with signing agents that make $100,000 a year? Are there signing agents in your area that you can connect with and go to lunch with and go to coffee with and just get together with and talk and pick their brain? Are there signing agents in your area that are making that you can do that with? Because they might be too busy for you. Or maybe they're not in your area. But if you go to a conference, guess who's going to be there? People that make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year as signing agents. Don't you want to learn from them too? Not only will the speakers that go up on stage, not only will they be dynamic, but then the camaraderie, the mingling in the hallways that you can be learning from. Let's use my goal. Let's use my real life example. I have a goal to be $1 million a year signing service. That's my initial goal right now. And we're making about $250,000. We have a huge gap, $750,000. Is there anyone near me, local to me, that I can reach out to often to pick their brain that make $1 million as a signing service? There's not. But you know where there will be? At a conference. I know signing service owners who make $1 million a year. And I'm going to be seeing them at the conference. And I'm going to be picking their brain. You bet I am. I heard this quote one time from, oh gosh, what's his name? Oh, he's a sales guru, Tom. I can't remember his name. He even wrote the book or helped write the book. You know those are for dummies books. The Sales for Dummies. He helped co-write that one. His name is Tom. I can't remember his last name for the life of me. But anyway, I had this old CD. I had some CDs of his, like on sales techniques. And one thing he said that really struck me was this. It made a lot of sense to me. But this is what he said. Poor people should take rich people out to lunch. Poor people, people not making much money, but they want to gain. They want to gain wealth, become rich. Then they should be taking rich people out to lunch. Because why? They'll be able to talk to them, pick their brain a little bit, understand their mindset. And that made a lot of sense to me. And I was poor at that time, right? I was really struggling with my finances. But that made sense to me that poor people should take rich people out to lunch. Imagine that. Imagine you know someone that's doing very well in their life, and you say, "Hey, I love to connect with you and spend some time with you. You want to go to lunch? My treat." And you have an hour of their time that you can pick their brain. That's going to cost you less than $50. Why would you not? But people think the opposite way, right? Like, they have that poor mentality always, and you don't want that. You want to get rid of that poor mentality. You want to have an investment mentality. And the best investment you can make, I want everyone to listen to me. The best investment you can make, it's not in crypto, it's not in real estate, it's not in the stock market. The best investment you can make is in yourself. I 100% believe that wholeheartedly. The best investment you can make is in yourself. And then taking the information and applying it. Because if you're thinking, I'm going to go to a conference, or the reason I'm not going to conference is because I'm going to spend $1,000 going there, and I know for a fact that I'm too fearful or I'm too lazy to apply any of it. If you already know for a fact you're not going to apply any of it, sure, I get it. Maybe you don't want to go, because what's the point of attaining the knowledge but not using it? I'm sure you've all heard the phrase, knowledge is power. Well, I'm going to tell you this, it's BS. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. If you're just gaining information but do nothing with it, what's the point? But if you're gaining information because you're going to use that information to better the world, better your situation, better your family, then that is where the power comes in. Applied knowledge is power. Applied information. So if you're going to go to a conference, if you're going to listen to a podcast like this, listen to audiobooks or books, read books, watch informational YouTube videos, then use that information. Otherwise, it's just, okay, you're just like a sponge absorbing information, but then doing nothing with it. What would be the point? Absorb the information, retain the information by listening or watching it over and over, and then applying it, using it. I hope that's making sense. Now, if you're going to the NNA conference or the Loan Signing System conference, I gain nothing from that. Right? I'm not trying to plug a certain conference here. I'm just telling you how to become peak signing agents, and the peak signing agents goes to conferences. They surround themselves with successful signing agents to get better, to learn more. Does that make sense? And they apply that information. They say, okay, I'm learning from all these speakers. I'm telling you this right now. It's going to be worth it, because my panel is going to be straight fire at this upcoming conference for the loan signing system. I'm telling you, it's going to be straight fire. I got the questions. I'm getting my answers put together. Man, it's going to be great. You're going to want to watch it. Now, you can get a virtual ticket for, a fraction of the cost. You can get a virtual ticket because you're not flying, you're not getting a hotel, you're not buying food, right? You're watching it from home, and it's great. You know what? You're going to learn a lot from the speakers, especially my panel. You're going to learn a lot still, okay? It's going to be great information, but you're going to miss some of the sustenance of it all. Did I say that word right? Oh well. You're going to miss some of that, because again, it's the camaraderie. It's the after hours when people are sitting around the pool, sitting around the fire, talking and picking each other's brains. It's mingling in the hallways, talking to some of the vendors that'll be there to learn from. You're going to miss some of that. There's a lot of value. I can't even state how much value is there. But again, reverse engineer it. If I don't go to conference, I'm losing the potential of $750,000 a year. Because I need to close that gap. I need to surround myself with $1 million signing service owners, pick their brain, talk to them, understand what they're doing. And you know what? For those of you who are 30,000 a year signing agents and we meet in conference and talk, I guarantee I'll learn something from you. Right? You have a different skill set than me that I'm probably not aware of. You might have more different knowledge than me that I'm not aware of, and I can still use that information. I don't care if someone's just getting started brand new. If we start talking a little bit, I guarantee I'm going to learn something different. I'll get something from that. Because, my whole world is not around being a notary and signing agent. That's not my whole world. I'm sure I can learn something else from somebody. And that's what I want to talk about in this episode. All right? I want you to just think about the cost that it's going to cost you not to go to conference. Don't think about the price attending a conference, because that is not a cost. It's an investment. It's an investment in you. It's an investment in your business. You need to invest in your business. Always. You need to always be. Like right now, I'm looking at Ron platforms. That's going to be another cost to my overhead. Because it's monthly. You have to pay a monthly subscription. It costs money every time you use the platform to do it. Right? I can look at it as that's another cost. Or I can look at it as another investment in my business. That this is another thing that will set me apart from other signing agents or other signing services owners. This is another value added to my clients. Like, oh, you're able to do this? Great. So I'm not looking at it as it's a cost to my business. It's an investment into my business to bring value to my clients that they're going to appreciate and keep wanting to use me. That's how I look at it. You don't want to have a scarcity mindset. Most people in business, the majority, have a scarcity mindset. They open up a restaurant. They're excited they have a restaurant. They own a restaurant. They have their own business, but they're working there 18 hours a day. Right? There's no freedom with it. That's a scarcity mindset. They're scared to hire new employees because that's going to cost more overhead. They're scared to hire managers. They want to control it all. It's a scarcity mindset. That's why I had to hire another scheduler. I can't think, oh my gosh, it's another expense to my business. It's not. I'm buying my time back, so I'm not constantly working. I'm spending time with my family, doing activities I love. We're only on this world for a flicker of a moment. And I don't want to spend all my time working. I don't mind working. I love what we do. I love the whole business. In fact, I was talking to one of my escrow offices. I was dropping off documents. We were talking for a little bit, and she was just like, hey, did you ever think when you became a notary and started this, it would grow to what it was? And I said, I had no idea. I had no idea. When I started, I had no idea. But once I got into it, and again, I was investing in myself. When I was taking courses, I was watching YouTube videos. I went to conferences as well. And then I saw the potential. I'm like, oh, I could really do something here. I can build a great business here. It's working out okay for me, I must say. And so anyway, I hope that makes sense. Reverse engineer your mindset. And do that more often with things too. It's a great ideology to go about through life, is to reverse engineer things. Again, it's not costing you $1,000 to go to a conference. You're investing $1,000 into you and your business to grow by 5, 10, 20,000 a year or more. If you knew for a fact that if you put $1,000 somewhere and you doubled your money, tripled your money instantly, quickly, would you do it? Well, of course you would, right? Hindsight, vision is 20/20, they say. But you don't know. You have to invest in yourself. And I get it. Hey, some people can't. They're going through tough times. Situations happen. I get it. I'm not talking to you about this, about going to conference, but I am talking about investing in yourself. There's a lot of great YouTube videos out there. I mean, obviously this podcast is also on YouTube. There's also a lot of garbage on YouTube. Make sure you're watching the right stuff. There's a lot of great podcasts out there. There's a lot of garbage podcasts out there. Make sure you're listening to the right stuff. The radio's stupid. The radio is wasting time. You're just listening to music and commercials, or you're streaming. If you're listening to audiobooks or podcasts, you're learning at the same time. We're driving a lot. Learn. Gain information, gain knowledge. Obviously, if you're listening to or watching this podcast, that's what you're doing. Keep doing that. Right? There's a lot of great information out there. And I'm not talking about just being signing agents or being notaries. Just learning about entrepreneurism, mindset, a lot of different topics out there. I want you to always be growing, always be listening. In fact, like podcasts, I can't even keep up. There's so much good stuff out there, and sometimes I have to just be like, you know what, I just have to bypass this one. I can't keep up. So, I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates with you. I hope I'll see you at conference. I hope we get a time to talk. Please, if you see me, stop me, talk to me. The NNA conference is going to be on the next one is going to be in Orlando. I mean, that's going to be fire. The Loan Signing System conference is going to be in San Diego. I mean, I'm taking a vacation. I'm able to take a vacation and write it off as a business expense. Right? Look at it that way as well. Hey, I'm going to these beautiful locations, San Diego, Orlando. I have to fly there to get there. Might as well make it a business expense. I have to sleep. I need a room. Might as well make that a business expense. I need to eat. Might as well make that a business expense. Why not? And then everything else there is just a little fun out of pocket stuff while I'm there. Hey, the conference is during this time. I'm going to absorb all I can. Afterwards, I'm going to be doing a little bit of mingling, taking notes. So make sure you bring a notepad with you or a recorder to record what people are saying or telling you. And then after that's all done, do a little bit of extra fun activities. But everything else besides those fun activities have all been tax write-offs. Hey, why not? Why not? If you're allowed to do it, why not? Why not turn your vacations into tax write-offs? And also learn at the same time. Anyway, hope that helps. Again, I get nothing from you attending these conferences. But since the Loan Signing System Conference is coming up, they are a sponsor, and I am a speaker. I'll put the link there if you decide to get either a virtual ticket or an in-person live. If you are there live, come find me. I'll be more than happy to talk with you. Hey, why not pick my brain a little bit? Learn how I am building a $250,000 signing service. Be happy to talk with you. I'll be excited to talk to you. And I'll talk to you guys on the next episode. Keep being awesome, because you know what? You are.